I'm Zoe.
I'm Sunny.
Today, we're going to talk about emotional blackmail.
Emotional blackmail describes a style of operation where someone uses your feeling as a way to control your behavior or persuade you to do things that they request.
There are 6 warning signs of emotional blackmail.
The first one is demand. Saying things like,
I don't think you should hang out with so-and-so anymore.
Demand means the blackmailer requests the victim to do what he or she actually doesn't want to.
Those victims cannot refuse a blackmailer since they tend to regard them as they are standing in their shoes.
In fact, they're just self-righteous, right?
Next, resistance.
If the victim don't agree with the blackmailers, they will try to defend themselves against them. Like,
you are not insured, so I'm not comfortable letting you drive my car.
But the blackmailers always will push back. Apparently, it doesn't work.
Third, pressure. The blackmailer will pressure the victim to make him feel fearful and not dare to refuse the blackmailer's request, saying things like,
Hey, listen, if you really love me, you should do it.
In addition, some victims even think it their obligation to comply with the blackmailer.
The next stage is threat.
If the victim doesn't want to obey the blackmailer's request, the blackmailer will force them to do so by means of threats, saying things like,
If you go out with your friend tonight, I won't be here when you get back.
Direct threats. Sometimes you may hear things like,
If you can't stay with me tonight when I need you, maybe someone else will.
Indirect threats. Due to those processes, the victim had no choice but to obey the unread request.
That's called compliance. Compliance can be an eventual process, just like a loop, as they wear you down over time with pressure and threats.
Basically, if you keep letting the signs occur, it will finally become a repetition.
When you show the other person, you will eventually concede. They know exactly how to play a similar situation in the future.
When people in your life use fear, obligation, and guilt to manipulate you,
that's called FOG, fuck.
F stands for fear.
The victim may get afraid of that the blackmailers will mad at them, do something horrible, leave them alone, even never love them again.
O stands for obligation.
The blackmailers will tell the victim how to sacrifice to them, keep stressing the victim that they had given a lot to something. This way, the victim may pay more for the blackmailers.
G stands for guilt.
The blackmailers will use blame and accusation to make a feeling of guilt. They expect us to take global responsibility to their issues, using this to blame that this all our faults.
In conclusion, it's nearly impossible to avoid being the victim of emotional blackmail or doing emotional blackmailing to someone. Everyone should figure out a way to get along with it and deal with it.
So, next time, if you suffer from the emotional blackmail, please think about what we just introduced you today. This is the end of our presentation.
Thanks for attention.